Okay. I see good number of people have already joined. Okay. I see Sandeep Kumar's question. Sandeep, we have noted down this question. So we will be catching up on it at the end. Yeah. Hey, Gajanan.
Hey everyone, good evening. Happy Thursday.
Hi, Gajanan.
One more day to go for the weekend, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, you can do it. Hi, Prashant. I see Manoj, Sandeep. Okay, that's good. We have good participation. That's on two busy day. That's good. So before wasting much time, let's get started. Welcome again, everyone. Uh, Today we are going to explore your first AI agent using UiPath. I know it's been a long time we are hearing about agentic automation, AI agent, and everything, but still some some basic are required. So you might have missed the basics and you are already seeing the advanced topics or a session about the advanced topics here on forum or the uh, on the events as well. So here we have Vinod today. He works at Tech Mahindra as a tech lead. So he come up with a topic where he would be guiding us from the basics how we can build our first AI agent that with UiPath Studio. Okay, so agenda and everything will be shared by Vinod, and at the end we will have a Q&A session to answer or discuss further topics we can bring into the sessions. Over to you, Vinod, and all the very best. I'll be around. Gajanan is there. I see Ruchir also around. So if anything you get stuck, just ping
Yeah,
me.
yeah, sure,
Yeah. Or
sure. Yeah, thanks, Ashok, for the small and quiet introduction. So, hi all, welcome to UiPath community event. So today, I'll be looking forward for the session on the build your first AI agent using UiPath. So again, as Ashok mentioned, so I am Vinod Harpanalli. I am working as a RPA tech lead with Tech Mahindra. So I am UiPath certified, and I got UiPath most valuable participant for the 2025 from Pune chapter. And we can again connect over the LinkedIn. So here is the QR. Okay, okay, all good. Uh, let's get started. So again, what is agentic automation? So everyone is curious. So about the agents, so about the AI, and as well as again, it's a buzz, right? So coming to this, AI agentic AI is nothing but an algorithm which uses large language models, which we call as LLMs, and the tools will be providing with the context grounding or the RAG, right? We call as a RAG, right? So, and we call in UiPath as a context grounding, right? And the AI agents analyze the data, set some goals, and take actions to complete the goal. So this is about the agentic automation, right? So here is one uh, like uh, picture where like everything is under one roof. Again, like UiPath AI test layer is here, right? Okay, say for example, the customer data applications, if we started interacting with the UiPath products, right? So these are the UiPath products where again you can use the UiPath like LLM gateways, those things, as well as we can use the third party LLMs like Gemini, OpenAI. So those things we can use it. So this is under one roof. So under one roof, when I say under one roof, is under the UiPath AI trust layer. Okay, so this is about about the understanding of an agentic automation. Okay, so let's go with the in the slide. So, so many people will be asking how we have to implement this agentic AI. So whether this agentic AI can we use in our day-to-day activities. So many people having a lot of questions around this. So on this agentic AI implementation, again, it is not a one-stop activity. Okay, so we start by identifying the right use cases. Okay, and then typically the repetitive and the data intensive processes, right? Next, we select the secure and scalable tools and run the pilot with a small group and train the agent using real data. Once it is validated, we deploy and integrate with the existing systems. Continuous monitoring help us to optimize the performance, and finally, we scale the successful agents across the enterprises. So this is an how we have to implement this agentic AI. Okay, so this is an overview. So we can say as an overview of an implementation life cycle. Okay, so do you have any questions regarding this? Anyone? Okay, I feel I'll take as a no. So let's go with the in the setup slide. So here the comparison agentic AI versus generative AI, right? So again, many people works with generative AI. Okay, now this the new things are coming into picture. Again, generative AI, it is generating some new in the form of text, audio, visuals as well. We have a lot of LLMs models, right? So based on those things, Gen AI has been trained as well using prompts here using Gen AI. So when it comes to the like agentic AI, so it's a autonomous, it's a goal oriented, and it has a memory. It can take decisions more wisely, right? So this is a quite comparison on this agentic AI with when you are comparing with a generative AI. Okay, going to the next slide. What are agents? Okay, so here is a big difference, and here it comes like most of the people are looking for it, right? Okay, what are agents? So agents are not just a chatbot or a script, right? So they can communicate naturally, initiate actions based on the events, and plan end-to-end tasks. Okay, and agents can decide independently, adapt to enterprise systems, and even heal themselves when something breaks. Okay, over time, they learn from the past interactions and coordinate with robots and agents to get work done. Okay, so something I said about a heal themselves when something breaks, right? Say for example, you guys are working on with web application automations, right? Okay, you want, say for example, you want to automate the Amazon website. Okay, where uh, so you want to buy an latest Apple iPhone. Okay, so what you do, like you will uh, put on the sign in. Okay, once you signed in to the particular Amazon account, and there will be some categories, right? Categories in place. So okay, so there will be categories like mobiles. Okay, and some wardrobes. There are a lot of different categories are available in the market, right? So you can go with the particular category where you need a particular phone, right? So these kind of actions are taking us, this is a one of the, we can say, as a workflow, right? So say for example, where where if the bot is unable to click on the categories, or it's something drop fails or something selectors has been changed in the background, right? Their self healing helps to um, get the automation done, okay, without any issues. So no need to here again go back to the productions or go back to the your code and do the scripting for the changes, right? So this is how agents, this is all about the agents. Okay. So do you have any questions here, anyone, on this particular slide?
So, Vinod, here participants are restricted to unmute themselves, so you might not get the
Okay.
your
Yeah.
questions. But everyone, you can put your questions in the Q&A section, and at the end, we will be giving you access to unmute yourself. So, if you have any verbal questions also, so we can leverage that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks. Yeah.
yeah.
Thanks. So let's go to the end the slide. What are the components of agents? Okay. So an agent is made up of multiple core components, and it starts with a natural language prompts. Then it defines what the agent should do and how the context and memory helps the agent understand the enterprise data and past interactions. Okay. And coming to the tools, which allows the agent to take a real actions like running automations or calling APIs, as I mentioned earlier. Okay, when needed, agents can escalate to humans for validations or missing inputs, right? Okay, so here again, the path will be the with agents, sorry, like humans can use this action center action applications, okay, and communication channels like Slack, okay, like rest of the like channels they can use for this escalations part, right? And coming to evaluation and collaboration, where like it ensures the agents improve continuously. And finally, there is something as I mentioned earlier, AI trust layer with the LLM. Here ensures everything runs securely, transparently, and under the governance. Okay, so let's go with the next part is licensing. Again, it's a main part. So most of the people will be looking forward. So let me click on this link. Okay, yeah, okay, so there'll be like user guide will be there, okay, where like you guys can access this link, okay, and where how uh, how many licenses you required, okay, what is the licensing cost, and there is something called so as I mentioned, right, self healing is will be there, no there, and there will be some LLM calls will be there, okay. So you can just guys go through this link, okay, able to understand what are the licensing parameters are provided by the UiPath. Okay, you guys can scan this QR for licensing part. Okay, uh, let's go the to the another slide. So here is an just an impact, business impact happening all over the globe. Okay, so here left hand side you guys can see automation evolution, and right hand side you guys can see AI evolution, right? So automation every evolution again, most of the who are from RPA like background, like they can understand this more wisely, where we started with the desktop automations and the robotic process automation, which is rule based and structured input. We have to provide those things, and hyper automation came into place. And nowadays, again, people are started using agentic AI as automation for day to their life activities. Then people have started building agents to the work to be done from their end. Okay, so and when it comes to the AI evolution, again, statistical analysis we used to do before, regression analysis we used to do, and later on the cognitive capabilities again came into place. With no again in traditional AI, predictive analysis again it started coming to place, and again everyone again known about a Gen AI, right? So it is context based, and it will create the building a content, and it will use LLM models to get, and it's use the prompts. So those things are into place again. So both are again including the both, the business impact is more on agentic AI, right? So this is just an overview, and there is something called 60 to 70% are unstructured data are available in the market, and around that requires human interventions, right? So there are only 30-40% are rule based automations activities are there in the current nature, we can call as a current automation gap in the reality. Okay, so okay, let's build our first AI agent. Okay, um, okay, one moment. Okay, okay, there is something called like UiPath Studio, right? So most of the people, let me go with from scratch. Okay, so you're able to understand uh, how to log into the studio. Okay, so there is something called like cloud.uipath.com. When you guys go into this, okay, so there will be like studio agents, maestro, orchestrators, right? So this will be in place, right? So guys can go here and click on this dots and click on studio. There will be a lot of no different parameters are present over here, right? So let me click on agents here. Okay, you guys can go from here, or you guys can go from studio and go to the agents again. There will be multiple options will be there, right? Okay, so here this is an like home page of building an agent. Okay, so there will be like a short video how to build an agent. You can experience the like power of an agent here. Okay, so let me click on build your agent now. Okay, currently I'm trying to build a small agent. Okay, so where like it will able to understand and create an one agent. One moment. Okay, so let's start. Okay, there will be something, there will be three categories now are in place. Okay, before it was directly like we can use a co-pilot or directly. So again here in agentic AI, so they have introduced multiple things. One is autonomous, okay, and conversational, and third is coded. Wait, okay, coded agents. So when I say coded agents, it we can use our own scripts like Python scripts, and we can deploy into our day to day, like whatever agents we are working on, right? So that is how it works. Okay, let me click on this autonomous. Okay, that already just clicked on. Okay, and so starting with like something like, let me build an agent. Okay, let me build an agent. Okay, here again it this is an autopilot. Okay, so when you can, here we can use a natural language. Okay, so okay, it's a normal language where we use talk with the people, right? Like this, if we use like here, right? So build an agent. Okay, build an agent. Okay, should uh, show the meaning of name. Okay, I'm just like using a very much small agent. Okay, so you're able to understand how it works. Okay, so which includes something like notable people as well, origin. Okay, or where origin for they are from. Okay, so this and like just I given as a my um, my like natural language. Okay, so when I click on generate agent, right? So it will directly it will create the system prompts, user prompts. Okay, and the inputs and output whichever we are required, we are expected to our input output. Okay, so accordingly able to and like give the output. Okay, so before that we have to the like look out the things. So this is an like overview of this agent profile. Okay, so where you can there'll be like the main xamls will be there. Okay, so we can say as like deployment configurations will be present. Okay, so history, okay, how many times you ran, okay, how many again data will be present here. Okay, and issue panels will be present here. Okay, again if you go one by one you can explore, right? So you're able to understand the lot of context right over here. Okay, so let me click generate agent. Okay, so there is something called canvas and form are present right over here. Okay, so I, as I mentioned, I use autopilot, right? Again still it's in preview mode. Okay, still when the people are started using things. Okay, so again autopilot helps to create the system prompts and um, give the exact output which we are planning no planning to get the output. Okay, and here something called like open properties panel. Okay, so where here we can use like our models. Okay, so as I mentioned, we can use OpenAI, Gemini. Okay, the whichever models are present, we can use a custom model also here. Okay, to get the exact output which you guys are expecting to get the accuracy of those things. Okay, and there is something called let me go to this one moment. Okay, let's start. Okay, let's start. I can explain more on this later on. Okay, so there is something called canvas and there is something called this forms. Okay, so here a context. Again this is an agent, okay, where it is connected to the escalations. As I mentioned, the human interventions is required, where they can we can use here, and we can use a context. Okay, if you want to write any or remember any data, okay, those things we can look into it. And there is something called tools. Okay, so where um, tools, when I say tools, right, so we can use third party tools or as well um, uh, we can create our own tools. Okay, we can interact with these things. Okay, okay, let's go with, as I mentioned, using autopilot there will be some system prompts will be there. Okay, so let me click on review suggestions. Okay, there is something called review suggestions. Okay, so automatically like the prompts. Okay, so here prompts engineers again are not required automatically from by the agent. Okay, which we are using the like LLMs and autopilot, right? So automatically system prompts has been generated, okay, by the agent here. Okay, so if you want to edit, we can edit this. Okay, we can edit this. Okay, here what I'm like again whichever is showing as the green, right? So this has been like is a more accurate way for the systems. Okay, so let me click on accept suggestions. There's something called user prompts. Okay, where like what we are trying to get the output, right? So we just given as a like one liner has build an agent. Okay, the meaning of the names and the notable no people and etc, right? So those things again we can review those. Okay, so when I click on review suggestions, it'll give the some provide some basic information. Okay, so okay, then you can click on accept. You can again edit here also wherever required. We want to change any prompts right over here, right? And when you click on accept suggestion, okay, there will be something highlighted, right? So one is name and accepts, right? So we can provide those things. Okay, automatically like this is a we can take as an user prompts. Okay, and input and output. Okay, what will be the input and what will be the output, again it can be defined. Okay, so let me click on accept suggestions. We'll able to understand the input parameters. Okay, one moment. This is an input parameter I can call as. Okay, And what is input, as I mentioned, we can give the name, okay, and accepts. And the output, the like what we required, again here input and output, it's a by defined, default variables has been created by the agent. Okay, no need to create again creating a variable again. We have to give the, like, whether it's a number, whether it's no strings, right? So not, that is not required. Again, it's automatically it is has been generated. Okay, if you want to, if you want, we can keep it, or else we can delete it. Okay, we can edit also, we can here. Okay. So this is something like, we call as a um, accepting those outputs from the agents. Again, it's a good feature from the UiPath side. Let me click on accept suggestions. Okay, so once we are done, okay, once we are done, we can like uh, we can use the tools here, as I mentioned before, and we can use the context and escalations. Okay, so this is again comes to very much basic level of automation, we can say. Okay, building in a small agent. Okay, let me click on the debug. Okay, one moment. Okay, so here we can give provide the name. Okay, so say for example, if you can provide the name has a like one moment. Okay, name directly we can, again it's comes with one of the property like this also, we can go ahead. Okay, one moment. Okay, again it comes with a JSON format. Okay, okay, we can give as a name here as a notes. Okay, okay, just a small example. Okay, so let me click on debug. Okay, so when you click on debug, okay, it's asking for something parameter aspects, right? One moment. Okay, we can again go back here, click on debugging again. Okay, aspects. So Ashok, uh, okay, can you just help me out here?
Okay, Vinod. Okay, what is the error?
So error we are getting is we have to show the properties, right? Okay, we have to accept we have to value the match, right? So when
Okay,
we click on debug, and there'll be something, I put the name as a Vinod. Okay, and we have
okay,
to provide here the data, right?
okay, no problem. Just click on cancel and uh,
Yeah,
go to that autopilot.
yeah,
And then,
yeah,
yeah. Scroll down up. Any suggestions you have not reviewed? Anything? Okay,
yeah, yeah.
everything you have already. Okay, show me the inputs.
Here's the input.
Okay, so in input,
Yeah. Okay, we can again, as I was mentioning right before, we can give the input whatever what we are able to get the output. Okay, so I
I
written
think
as something called accepts. Right?
we don't need that aspect. You can just pass one argument.
Yeah,
So you can remove that aspect thing.
yeah, yeah. So let me directly date
Remove
from here.
here and as
Okay.
well as from the
Yeah,
argument inputs.
yeah,
You can tell the autopilot that remove the aspect.
yeah, yeah. Okay.
Then it
So
will.
directly we can write as remove accept aspects one. Okay. So let me click on again send message. Again, it will remove the asset from the user prompts, as well as again it will create again the system prompts. Okay, to get the proper output. Okay, again it will for any changes we whenever we made, right? So again we can review the things. Okay, okay, and when we click on this accept suggestions, it can give the data which we are planning, no, trying to give the exact outputs. Okay, so here is a like arguments as I mentioned, right? So arguments are where the meaning of the name, particular name, notable people's origins, those things can be able to understand. Okay, let me click on review suggestions. Okay, once that is done, once it is completed, let me click on debug. Okay, so we can, as I mentioned, right, we can provide our name. Okay, say for example my name, I'm just taking an example as a name and clicking on save and debug. Okay, so again here, agent will run, okay, from the background where it uses the LLM. Okay, where we use a model like a GPT 4.0. Okay, and it provides the output where, like, output, as I mentioned, it's a meaning of the name, notable people, origin, and additional information required, right? If we added as a output, right? So we can just check the output here. Okay, it has been success now. Okay, you can just check. So name is like, again, it's a meaning of the name is coming into place, and notable people, like, again, our Bollywood actress is Vinod Khanna. Okay, so which is like latest, you can say, one of the in the movie he came out, right? So there are multiple notable no people come into place here. Okay, and origin where Vinod came from, right? So again, it's a Sanskrit language. Again, that additional information comes to place. Okay, so these are the, we can say, has an output. This is one of the demo, I can say. Okay, where it uses LLM and to get the output, exact output. Okay, um, hope okay, I guess if you have any questions on this, please do pass the comments over the chat. Okay, so like later on we can discuss in a Q&A. Okay, so let me go with another demo. Okay, where I use here, like, using some tools. Okay, so it was very much basic, and let me go with some little bit advanced level. Okay, where I use something called tools, right? Okay, so where we can, okay, this is on one of the um, RP agent. Okay, where just one moment, it's loading. Okay. Okay. So again, here I'm using as a financial transaction processing assistant. Okay, where here role is to extract cash in, cash, check like amounts from the user inputs and process this and calculate the percentage, and based on this, like, it will provide the transaction numbers. Okay, so coming to this again, this already I had been created before. Okay, so as I mentioned, like, provided the prompts, user inputs. Okay, and we can again edit the input output schemas. Okay, so as I mentioned before, again here there is something called temperature, right? So how precise output we have to get it, right? So if accuracy matters, then we can change it. Okay, we can change it to 0 to 100, like, again, 5. Okay, and how many tokens per response it should validate. Okay, so it can be done from those perspective. And how many iterations we can pass, 1 2 3 4, whatever like iterations we are planning, we can work on those things. Okay, and there is something called like guardrails, where sensitive data where we are processing, right? So it will again, you can, that has been incorporated here. Okay, um, again, available units, right? So as I mentioned, like, this is a basic, it's a, as currently I'm using the community edition. Okay, it is not visible more on those things, but when you, the available units will be visible, like it will be 250 LLM calls will be there. Okay, per day. You guys can use accordingly to your need. Okay, let's begin with this debugging the data. Okay, so there is something called like, I would like to, this is again user input, again prompts you can give from your home. Okay, so like, say for example, I would like to deposit around $750 in cash, and on check has for $150, where can process the transaction for me. Can you please help with the process the transaction for me, like this. Okay, so here I'm using one tool. Okay, so there is something called just a demo tool I'm using. Okay, where it will be UI will come into place and it will redirect to the data. Okay, so let me click on save and debug. Okay, before that you have to check whether your agent has been connected or not. Okay, AI assistant, right? So let me click on save and debug. Okay, how it works we'll see. Okay, here is output is currently running. Okay, again it will prepare the projects and debugging mode. Okay, it is no adding any additional project solutions. Okay, it will add those things. Okay, and once that is completed it will go to the agents and go to the LLM calls, and it will go to the tool, right? As I mentioned, there is something I told, right? Tools, right. Okay, let me click go here. Okay, here something called login UI demo came. Okay, username admin, it put on username data and do to cache check in checkout. Okay, once we click on accept, it will provide the particular transaction numbers, and as well as it will calculate the percentage, right? Again, we everything we used over the prompts, right? Or from the prompts it started giving the able to understand the prompts, okay, through LLM, and it go with the particular UI demo test tool which we already provided here. Okay, so we can see has an input we provided around, I would like to deposit $70, right? Okay, like those things. So again, cash in amount $70 and checkout amount $150. Again, transaction number, again it came from the agent. Okay, it has been created, and we can calculate the percentage right over here, and cash in percentage and cash out percentage. Okay, so as I mentioned, like in user prompts, right? So these are the data, like I would like to give the data, right? So particular output has been um, we're able to get it here. Okay, so this is all about um, a demo part. Okay, so there is something called again history, how many times you guys ran this agent. Okay, you'll able to see this. Okay, and again there is something called trace, right? So you guys can see how the agent is able to run it. And evaluation, again, if we can set any evaluation, any human intervention is required. Okay, we can set right over here. Okay, and if you want to download the logs, okay, we can directly download the logs from here, and we can the published this agent to the in the production, so we can publish it and we can use it for the day-to-day works. Okay, so this is all about the demo part. So let's go with the slides, and the slide which, one moment. Okay, apart from demo, like I have something, one moment, licensing is done. Okay, done. Okay, I guess I'm done. Okay, I'm good with this. If you have any questions, you can please do comment over the chat. Okay, so we can start discussing on this. Okay, thank you so much for the giving opportunity to walk through on the agent parts. Yeah, yeah, over to you, Ashok.
Yeah, thank you so much, Vinod. That was really insightful for the freshers or whoever starting into agentic automation uh, at first. So yeah, it was nice. So if anyone want to unmute themselves, just send me the request to as becoming a moderator or presenter. Sorry, presenter mode, so they can unmute themselves. Anyone have any specific? Okay, I see Harshit Sharma. Okay, yeah, Harshit, you can unmute yourself.
Thanks, Ashok. Am I audible?
Yeah,
Yeah,
clear.
yeah.
Perfect. All right. A couple of questions. First off, thanks, Vinod. Thanks, Vinod, for the presentation. This was really helpful. Of course, it's always helpful to get back to the basics. Mm, one real question was in the second demo where you use the tool where RPA bot ran on your local machine.
Yeah.
What happens if the automation failed? What output would the agent give? I didn't see any arguments that said that if there's an exception, it would store it in an argument.
So yeah, Ashok, you want to answer this or can I?
Uh, Sorry, I missed that question, Harshit. Could you please repeat it?
All right, let me rephrase this. So, as we saw that the agent triggered a RPA workflow on Vinod's local machine.
Right?
What happens if that RPA failed? Uh, would the exception be caught by the agent?
Yes, so agent will throw that exception as a chain reaction, I would say. For that, maybe we can add guardrails. So there is a concept of guardrails into this agent builder. So whenever we are adding the tool, maybe be it RPA workflow or any GenAI activity or anything, there we get option to add guardrails. So that guardrails will catch up the output of that RPA workflow if it has failed or return any output, or there could be possibility that the RPA workflow returns some system exception or the business exception. So to handle that exception gracefully, we can add guardrails, and on that basis, we can modify our system prompt to handle that error more more accurately, I would say.
Interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
understood. And the
Yeah.
second part of the question was, so far, I guess we have been attending sessions for past 1 year now, and I
Yes.
have understood that user prompt and system prompts both have their own dedicated uses. Okay, and in most of real case automations, we might not need a, let's say, elaborative user prompt because the only, let's say, the responsibility of the user prompt is to supply the agent with the arguments. Now, if I embed this in a real business automation,
Mhm.
how would you suggest that we will or we should write these user prompts elaborately or just as small as possible? For example, in Vinod's case, the first case where he wrote a user prompt which just asked for a name.
Mhm. Okay.
So,
Uh, okay. Did you finish? Sorry for interrupting.
no, that's it.
Okay, okay, all right. So I got your question that this user prompt, do we really require it in a real-time or enterprise level agents or not, right? And
That's
if
right.
it is required, then to what context or to what extent we should be passing it as a prompt. So it could be totally depend on the persona of the agent. So if we have given the scope or given some context, not context, I would say, but if we have given kind of role to that agent to take a dynamic input along with whatever input the agent is expecting with that user prompt. So if we have given that space in our system prompt, then only we should be giving the user prompt with additional context. So there could be chance that you would be requiring some additional information apart from your exact input to be passed to the agent. So in that case only it is logical to pass additional details into user prompt. Otherwise the agent will be only taking the meaningful or the required input from the user prompt. Even if you write a very lengthy prompt in user prompt, the agent will only hallucinate more instead of working fine. So it is totally depend on the persona of the agent we build. So it's not like we should be passing or not. It The agent or system prompt will take whatever it requires.
Interesting. So if I explain everything in the system prompt, I need not elaborately write the user prompt. I could just write, let's say, here is the name, and
Yeah,
the system prompt would take care of it, right?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Understood. That was it. Thank you so much, Ashok and Vinod.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
I see Sudev has also raised hand. Have you requested for the presenter access, Sudev? I don't see it. Let
Yeah.
me.
Uh, Actually, I unmuted myself.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
You can ask.
Basically, I have a question. Yeah. Basically, I have a question for the real-time project. If suppose like we are using this agentic AI, actually now what we are doing is like we are automating with the repetitive task and we are using the workflows and everything. But how this agentic AI will be helpful for the client from the client perspective, and how can I identify the scope for the automation for the real-time projects? So I would like to convince my client to take the agentic AI for their productivity.
Okay.
So can you please help me on that?
Okay. Okay. So, very interesting or real-time question everyone is facing right now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Mm.
here you can see there is really a boom of AI everywhere. We wanted AI into business. We want AI in our laptop, on washing machine, or dishwasher, or where not, right? But that's not the real usage of the AI, because I would AI is the thing that you should be using, like we use salt in our day-to-day vegetables or any dishes we make, right? So wherever is it is required, there only we should be using the AI, not every. So if your use case is being fulfilled by the RPA or any other logics, there are fixed set of rules which we can automate with the RPA, and there is no decision making thing, like if we can do that same logic with if else or whatever conditional logic, then I won't be suggesting the AI customers. Okay, it will be waste of money of theirs, as well as uh, that will be a hell lot of extra efforts, I would say. So
Mhm.
your case really demands some decision making, like, so let me give you an example that there is some contract. Okay, so there is one contract, and that is totally um, non-structured. Okay, so we have a contract that is specifically designed with terms and conditions of a particular vendor and the customer. So that contract will be having very specific terms and conditions regarding whatever uh, goods or services they will be providing, right? So those kind of contracts, if we cannot automate using the RPA, we can, but there is, well, a lot of rule based we will have to do, right? But if we put AI agent there, it will be very easy. Agent can understand the context, why that condition were written, what are the context behind that, and on that basis it can take the logical decision. Okay, so it's totally depend on the use case to use case if we should be using the AI or standard or traditional RPA is sufficient for that. So if you have the use cases where the decision making really demands or becoming very complex, then only you should be using AI. Otherwise, it would be just we are pushing to the client that buy the AI and everything, and the clients are also smart, so they would be saying that you are being too pushy. So that could be a situation. I would say. So,
Yeah, actually, I have a doubt because like see using this agentic AI for or something like that you are saying. If it could be the difficult situation which RPA cannot be handle on that, but
right.
Mm.
how we can identify that this is not for RPA, because like basically we have like document understanding
Mhm.
concepts to as per your examples I'm saying, as you said. So we can use document understanding, and we can make that text as like understandable, and we can do that. But still, like I'm curious about what kind of automations we can like, because like, do we have any end-to-end project which is developed in agentic AI in UiPath as a demo? Or like, because like we have like connectors, Mastro, and so many
Mhm.
things in the UiPath, right? So
Yes.
I guess it has some purpose, and if we use that in the right way, we can create the real-time project and what it could be. Because like if you see the RE framework or some other things, it has like proper structure in it. So we
Right.
can understand that it will go like this way. Like that, how we have the structure and what kind of structure we have it in this agentic AI. That is my main question.
Ashok, can I take this?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. So, Sudev, just to bring to your attention, like couple of months ago, we did had a hackathon where you have couple of questions. So first was what is end-to-end process into agentic. Second one is what are the best practices and similar to that, right? So these are the two questions what I'm getting from your context. So first one I'll answer. Couple of week backs, if you see, or months back, if you see the UiPath forum, we did had the real-time use cases that we implemented. So one of the use case that I implemented was auto Jira ticket that comes into RPA, where we are having resources lot of. So in my team, I was having resources of L1. They were manually going and resolving the ticket. So for me, my AI currently as well resolves the ticket on own. I have my SDD documentation and PDD documentation given to the agent, and it can auto resolves my ticket. Okay. Second use case, I'll tell you, one of the real time use case that's booming right now is voice assistant agent. So banking company demands, they have telecallers and all. So based on their resolution, every time they're not able to give the resolution, right? But in the back end, every banking company has FAQs, a documentation, lot of repository. The voice agent can go to that, refer that documentation. It's all about prompt engineering, and LLM calls, how you make it, and libraries of Python, right? So end of the day, your use case will depend on the need. I would say 90% of the use case can be handled by RPA, but rest 10% of the use case to identify is if your RPA is already handling it and you are able to generate ROI from it, that means it's not an agentic process. If you're facing a challenge and you're not able to identify that with RPA, I think that is something you need to brainstorm and see what the scope of automation would be there, right? So these are two examples I'm having in my mind that are real agentic process. We do have a dedicated framework in UiPath with integration of Maestro and Agent Builder. So that is the reason we have introduced Maestro. So if it is a very small automation that Vino showed you, it's very easy. You can go with like agents. If it's pretty big scale, automations. If you even YouTube, UiPath hackathon or something, you can see a lot of agents that are already live in production. So you can take this recommendation. If you still have any questions, you just ping me and Ashok. We can help you with that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Any other questions, folks? Anyone has any questions? Please feel
Yes.
free to raise your hands. Yeah, yeah.
Ye- Yeah, so I have just a question on the based on the licensing side of this agent. I joined little late session, so I'm not sure if it has been covered or not. So I'm just asking how licensing is getting consumed for that agentic. Also, the second one is I do have the community account. So what are the limitation that I cannot do with the agents, and what I can do with the community account? Yeah.
Let me take that one, Ankit. So regarding your first question regarding the licensing part, so we haven't covered more in this one as it was just an introductory level of section, building your first UiPath agent. So here, let me add a rough figure for you.
Yeah.
This licensing page Vinod is now showing will have the detailed description, but I know it's hard to exact cost out of that. But yeah,
Okay.
let me tell you the rough figure. For every request, there would be some charges. Okay, so there are two plans mainly for enterprise. One is Flex plan, and there is one another. So as per that plan, also we have agentic units as well as the uh, platform units. So if you are on Flex license, you will be consuming the platform units per run or per LLM call. So if your agent is calling a tool or calling an LLM for some decision making or uh, some modification to the data, so every call will be consuming some amount of the agentic unit or the platform unit. Okay. So how many units it will be consuming? It will depend on the uh, number of tokens being used in every LLM call. Because if we say about LLM call, so currency is the tokens. So UiPath will be being charged by the LLM provider like Google or OpenAI or Cloud. Okay.
Mhm.
So as per that, how many tokens are there in each request? Towards consumption of agentic units or the platform unit will be decided. Okay.
Okay. Okay, got it. So for yeah,
Yeah.
thanks. So
Yeah.
no, I was just asking for the second question.
Yeah.
For the yeah,
Coming to that.
thank you.
Okay. Regarding the second question, regarding if you are on community edition, what is the uh, limit? So every day we get around 250 LLM calls we can use, but that's into agent builder. You cannot deploy and run those agent. So it is just for your development and testing. So from here you can debug the agent and get the feel or get the understanding of how agent is working, but you cannot publish and run it. Okay, as a process. So
Okay.
that's the limitation, but pretty much everything else you can do with this 250 LLM calls in a day. So every midnight it gets reset, and next day you can again give it a try.
Okay, that's awesome. So also, if I cannot deploy the agent, so there is no chance to use the maestro as well.
Yes. So this 250 calls gets allocated to your user ID. So you can use it in GenAI activities, if I'm not wrong. But
Mm-hmm.
in this agent builder or Maestro, anywhere you are calling LLM, this calls will be consumed. And here Vinod is showing how you can get to know how many calls you have consumed and how much balance is
Okay.
left.
Yeah,
So,
that's informative. Also, so I have another question. It's more of use case. So I'm just I have a scenario in mind uh, for the document understanding, right? So when we use document understanding for the unstructured documents, so mostly people used to go with the ML model or something like that. So as we know that for ML model, we'll have to be trained it on huge set of data.
right.
So do you think that moving forward, document understanding will be depreciated because agent can do the same task, right? It can be worked on the variety of documents, regardless of what the formats and what what's the vendor it's coming from, right? So
Hmm.
yeah, just a curious question on that.
Okay. No,
Okay.
that's obvious question. But you would have heard about IXP, UiPath's new.
Yeah,
Product.
communication.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's combination of
Yeah.
communication language.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is specifically targeting the unstructured documents. So till and at the back end, they are still using the uh, agent or LLMs, right? So document understanding have its own purpose. It is mainly being used for structured and semi-structured documents. But for unstructured, they are come up with the IXP, which is using LLM at core and giving you the output in the desired format. So I don't think document understanding is going anywhere. But at the
Mm-hmm.
back, they have pre-trained model, or we call them specialized model, which are already trained by UiPath for you on a very large data set. So you don't have to retrain them again. But for IXP, for sure you should be training it on some context of data set.
Yeah, so what I'm getting it from Ashok, like we do have the flexibility now, so we can do one thing like we won't have to train the ML model from scratch because we do have that the reach from the UiPath. So yeah, we can
Yeah,
use.
yeah.
Okay,
So
okay, thank you very much.
welcome. Okay, one last question we can take. Other questions you can post either post on LinkedIn or one-on-one. Also, you can connect with us on uh, community Pune chapter as well, or you can drop them on your path forum as well. I am quite active over there, so I can help you with that one. Any last question? Any last one? Okay,
Yeah, I
I
can ask one if there's no one.
yeah. Bhagya Lakshmi, where we will get recording for the session. It would be on the same page after completing the session. It would be uploaded over there in a couple of days. If you don't, just ping us anywhere and we'll get it fixed. Another question I see, Murli, can we build RPF flows and expose them as MCP service and consume them in an AI solution that is independent of UiPath like chatbot? Firstly, if you have RPF flows, I don't think you should be using MCP server again in between. It would be just additional layer you are adding. That would be additional layer for you. As far as I know, you can add multiple tools into MCP server and expose to the agents. Have any particular use case, maybe we can discuss, but for now, I think it's doable. Uh, then I see Pushothaman. Can I buy separate license for agent in attended enterprise edition or already included in those edition? So Pushottam, there are two main license. One is Flex and there is another older one. So they you can purchase the bundles. So the bundles of agentic that agentic units or the platform units. So you can buy that bundles and then consume it if your enterprise license if don't give you that already. But yeah, you can check with your salesperson as well for enterprise edition. Then Neetu sounds good. Okay, I guess Gajanan have already answered that. Okay, Bhagyalakshmi, yours will be the last question as we are already over time. You can.
Yeah, I wanted to know where we will get the recording for the session.
Okay, it would be on the same link where you joined the UiPath uh, community event. So there it will be uploaded in couple of days. So you can refer that one.
Sure, thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome. I see Sandeep Kumar's question, can we get information from PDF using agent by just passing the file path as input? There is one activity, use or open file activity in agent directly. Yes, you can read that, but that is still in preview. So yes, you can do that. Uh, so there, in real time, if token finish, what we will do. There would be some grace units you will be allocated on your tenant that will be again charged back, like we get loan on data or loan on uh, no, kind of getting advance tokens. So you can get, so there won't be any breaking of your agents. Okay. If we, okay, Sudev, you can request the presenter access once, Sudev. Let me find it. Okay, now you should be unmute yourself.
Yeah, thank you, Ashok. Thanks for unmuting me. Actually, what is my question is like, if suppose I'm building a real time project, and that is working fine, but as per your tokenization count, if it is got expired, so what is the tokenization amount per day? How much tokenization which is like available? It's per day or like it's per month? How the tokenization is calculated in UiPath?
Okay, so you are in enterprise license or the community or pro trial?
I am asking about the enterprise license in the
Okay.
real
But
time.
okay, in real time, you would be having this tokens or the SKUs at enterprise level, and you or your admin will be assigning those tokens to the tenants. Okay, so in tenants, again, yeah, on tenant level, we can assign or divide the tokens as per our analysis. So your agent would be deployed to one of the folder on this tenant, right? So if tenants agent that tokens gets exhausted, your enterprise level tokens will be consumed. If your enterprise level tokens also got used, then you would be getting that additional or backup tokens, I would say. And if and there is also one limit that is one time, I would say that it would be just kind of backup so your agent don't collapse suddenly. So once
Mhm.
you get that advance, you exhausted your tenant level, enterprise level, then there is a backup, and there is also some limitation. It could be vary region by region, or not sure on that, but yeah, there is a backup token availability, and even after that backup tokens are also exhausted, then your agent will be starting collapsing. So
Okay, if suppose my
exactly how
bot
many?
is
Yeah.
yeah, if suppose my bot
Yeah.
is taking too much of token, if my agentic AI or like my bot is taking too much of token, so it's like the development is like be toast, right? Or like the prompt engineering, which is like which is not done properly, right? So to build a right way to use less token and utilize the complete power of agentic AI, what would be the best thing you will suggest from UiPath? What
Okay.
will be the best practice? Yeah.
For now, we are getting the traces for every agent run. Okay. Vinod was showing the token exact LLM count consumed by that run specific. So that way, for every agent run, you would be getting that details. So when you talk about the extra tokens being consumed or extra units are being consumed, so you will have to analysis every run. Maybe this data will be exposed to the insights as well. So if you have insights, then you can figure it out which agent is consuming your max tokens or what is the consumption of each agent. So there you can then again deep dive, like which exactly section of the agent is consuming the max token. Maybe it could be the thing that you are using the context multiple time and which is being unuseful, or maybe you can tweak the agent to consume the rag or your tools only after few guardrails, so that way you can try to minimize the token usage. So there is no particular best use cases, but these are uh, some uh, I'm aware of on industry perspective. So you have to analyze your consumption, then you have to uh, rectify which section of the agent is consuming the more, and then you will have to think about how you can optimize it. But don't optimize it so much that your agent starts hallucinating. Okay, so there is
Got it. Got it. Yeah. Very interesting issue. Yeah.
there is no fixed line that how much it should be considered or should not. But yeah, it's your call. Okay.
Yeah. It's very interesting. Thanks for explaining it.
Okay. I'm unable to see or hear one. Okay. Okay, that's all the one. Okay, no problem. If you are good with all the questions, if you have any questions later on as well, feel free to reach out us. And also, we are open for any interesting topics as well. So if you have any topics in mind, you wanted to have some events about those topics from the experts around the industry, uh, feel free to drop us over any medium of Connect, LinkedIn, UiPath community chapters, or UiPath forum as well. So we'll get in touch with you. If you want to be a speaker, that's also good. We are always encouraging people to come up with their ideas, their topics, and we will provide you the platform where you can share your knowledge as well. So this was Vinod's first event. So
Yeah.
congratulations, Vinod. So you are officially a speaker. So keep keep continuing the contributions and yeah, good to have you here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
guys,
Thanks. Yeah.
for
Thanks.
spending
Thanks, Ashok. Yeah.
your journey. Yeah, thank you so much. Let's wrap up. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone.